Hey everybody, and welcome back to another witness analysis video. In the last video we covered the puzzle inside that room. Multicolored puzzle. Oh, there's a slight gap underneath there. That's interesting. Anyway, so in this video we are going to cover the audio puzzles. I imagine this will also be a somewhat short video. Because there's not that many audio puzzles, and also I don't want to go too crazy with the first half of it because I kind of have covered those already in another video. It was sort of a segment for a essay. So interestingly, as you walk into the jungle here, you can in fact hear the bird, but it's like just distant enough that it might seem like just a bird sound in the distance, as games often have. You may end up noticing these camouflage panels, or maybe not, because they are camouflaged, so they're somewhat hard to notice. Especially the speakers are hard to notice. But in any case, at some point, you'll notice this bird sound. Or you may not notice it. A lot of things that may or may not happen here. But the interesting thing about this area is that I guess it's the hardest to find the start of, right? Like, it's easy to find the area, but hard to find the beginning of the puzzles, right? Because even if you walk up here, it's like you're likely to just walk past that entrance there because it's sort of this hidden thing. It may be the case that this log up here is meant to be more of an indicator, but maybe not. If you saw that puzzle there, then that could be sort of an indicator. So I don't know how many people find this different ways. But I suppose there's lots of different ways that you might notice that there's puzzles here, and there's lots of different ways that you might find your way to it. I'm just looking at how hard is it to find your way up here. So there's like this huge yellow thing that's like super bright and meant to kind of draw your eye. But at the same time, you know, it's got a little path that goes into a really dark spot, and you'd have to really be looking to notice the path. But this might be a common way in here, so we'll go this way. Still not covering these puzzles. We'll go back to them later. But it does feel like that's a good way in here, because it's sort of, you come in with this framed in an appropriate way. Although you sort of also come in this way with it framed in an appropriate way. So many people will come over here and find this puzzle and not really realize that the bird sound has anything to do with it even. And may just try something random. Or may even try something random until they get it, right? And wonder what that is. So I feel like, you know, most games that would have something like this would be focused on the complexity of it and building the complexity of this type of thing. Whereas this is more focused on, at this point, just confirming that you actually know that it's the bird sound, right? Because you probably can't make it this far if you don't already know. So, interestingly, this is about as complex. Well, that's not true. We'll get to it in a second. The most complex of the sorry, my cat sneezed. Most complex of the puzzles. But we pretty much immediately go in a different direction here, which is that we're not really dealing with complexity. We're dealing with obfuscation, right? The complexity is, I don't know if it's the same, but I think it is. Yeah, the complexity is the same, but we have the obfuscation happening. this one's actually simpler, but introduces this double wide thing. And this one I always like because it's got the other bird sound is the sound. So at this point you would have kind of reached the point where you've been filtering out these other noises, which I'm not really giving you that experience of because I'm sort of just blowing through them. But I do have another video about this too. So so you've gotten used to filtering out those other noises, whereas this one it is the other noise that's the important one. Let's see, what is that? It's either this or this. Okay. So this is like the most complex one. But even this one is complex in a way that's not the way that most games would do complexity in a audio puzzle. Because the complexity is not that there's a lot of notes. And also this, interestingly, in this one, sorry about the bird sounds. The bird sounds kind of make it hard to hear me. So, in this one, I think there's not enough notes here. Yeah, there's not enough notes here, so you can figure out that the other one must be it simply based on the amount of notes. Whereas this one, the amount of notes is the same, so you have to figure it out based on the length. That these little gaps sort of represent, like, the length of it. No, I never remember which one it is. It's either that or that, and that's kind of the thing that I think is frustrating to people about that puzzle, is that, and I can see that it's kind of fast enough that it feels like you just sort of have to guess. And I don't even remember which I guessed. Okay. But it's clear that there's a trill there, but it's hard to tell because it's so quickly moving. So that's sort of the difficulty of that puzzle. Is just that it's quick. And it's a subtle difference there. Yes. So I guess I should kind of go through the process here, right? Because we've been following this wire along, and we would have followed it through there and followed it down to these panels. So at this point, we'd say, okay, well, the wire goes here, and then we'd be like, oh, where does it go? Oh, okay, it goes up there. So you'd be like, well, I guess it goes up to that bamboo stuff up there, so maybe let's go to the bamboo. And there's kind of two possibilities here. One is that you're good at finding the bamboo. The other is that you're not. If you're good at finding the bamboo, you'll probably see, oh, there's a wire here that goes up and over. And then you would be like, okay, where does that wire go? Okay, it goes down there. And if you're not good at finding the bamboo, well, you'll come over here and you'll see the wire anyway. So, either way works. And obviously this is a bit of a dirty trick. Anybody who's played this before knows that when you solve this little thing is going to pop up. But the funny thing is, if you already know and you're close enough, you like right here maybe, you can solve it and get over there fast enough to not have to navigate your way around. Is this door open? It is open. One of the nice benefits of having solved that puzzle. I don't remember if we did the vault puzzles on these. I really don't. In any case, probably that'll be the next video, is just me going through and doing all the vault puzzles before we attempt the mountain. Anyway, so at this point we sort of introduce not really a different mechanic, but a different kind of twist on the same mechanic, right? So we still got that same bird sound. And here there's kind of only one thing we can do if we want to go through the dots, right? So the player's probably going to based on the fact that they've done these hexagons before, is going to be like, okay, well, we have to go through them, right? And you're forced to go through them that way. In this way, it's like, you might think, okay, I just go through them. But that doesn't work, so it's to kind of let you know that, okay, there's some kind of order that matters here. So maybe I go from smallest to largest, right? This is just sort of, I think, how it's designed, right? That maybe you're on autopilot. And so then you think, okay. So first off, there's 3 that are the same size here now. But in any case, even if that wasn't the case, you can't go from smallest to largest, because if you go try to get smallest, then you're going to miss out on that one, right? So that sort of immediately rules out that possibility that maybe somebody thinks it's just smallest to largest. And they need to remember, oh yeah, the bird sounds. Because there could, theoretically, you know, somebody could have played a long time before they come back and find these. I think most people will try to chase down it and find it immediately, but it's entirely possible that they could come back much later and have forgotten that this was a sound puzzle. Let's see. So this is that, I believe. Yeah. Do. It's the other one, isn't it? Do. Yeah. Yeah. Because this is meant to seem impossible, right? Because you're supposed to be like, well, I can't go do, because that wouldn't work. But you have to do like this, right? Yeah, you have to do. Ooh. Do. Okay, I'm thinking about it the wrong way. It's still tough. Yes. Oh, what? I thought for sure that was it. What's wrong with me? Why was that wrong? Oh, yeah, because it's high, mid, high, low. Okay, yeah. Which is much more trickier. High, mid. High, mid. So I don't. Maybe it's not possible. Well, we take longer on these videos when I can't solve the puzzles, don't we? So the other one's got 5, so it can't be that. So it has to be possible. I just always remember this being like this. Do. It's not like this, is it? Am I thinking this is wrong? No. I'm not thinking that's wrong. It's just that hard to actually do this. Because it's high, mid, high, low. But trying to do that last one and not be in this scenario where we've like blocked off the exit is really hard. It's so difficult, in fact, that I don't know if it's possible. Ah, there it is. It's so subtle. Oh, yeah, okay. What is this one? Yeah, here's where we get to where we've got two sounds that are valid, but they compete with each other at the same time, and also the puzzles, the structure of the puzzle is what determines which one we can do, because you actually can't do one, but could do the other. Whereas this one, it's like, there's only one that you could even do, but it's really hard to do. I'm sorry, I'm not listening to the bird sounds, so I'm going to have to actually listen to it so I can do it. I'm going to have to wait. Din, din, do, din, do. Can we do that? Din, din, do. Din, do. Okay, we can't do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Do, 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 do. I thought that was the case. Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong. Okay. So I thought that, I was thinking there's, I'm not 100% certain because I've been spammed with so many bird sounds that I don't know. But I'm pretty sure this is the type of thing, if I did an actual, like, scripted analysis video finishing that out like I did for the first part, then I would do that analysis to make sure. But I'm pretty sure the last two ones on the right here have the same two bird sounds. Both could work based on the dots that you have, but due to the structure of the panel, you can only draw one or the other. I'm pretty sure that's how that's set up. I don't think I'm wrong about that, but I also don't want to sit there and listen to the bird sounds. Not that it annoys me that much, but I know it's annoying on the video, and other people get annoyed at this, so it'd be better for me to not have as little of the video be me just sitting there listening to the bird sounds as possible, especially because I already had to listen a bunch because I failed to get that. So, oh yeah, we're supposed to do the good thing. So we have this bright magenta that comes out of here, which allows us to easily distinguish that from the other yellow one because it's so bright. Unfortunately, it goes under here, so we're sort of SOL when it comes to just being able to follow it. So you sort of just have to wander your way through here with all the odd and spooky sounds that exist within here. Going through an actual maze. I think this is the only actual maze in the game. Well, that's not true. But it's one of the only actual mazes in the game where you have to just find your way through the maze. And I believe, although I'm not quite sure what's up with the tree itself, I believe that this tree emits a shepherd's tone, which is a tone, it's like where you have multiple tones that are rising or lowering. In this case, I think it's lowering. You have multiple tones that are lowering in pitch in a different way, and they blend together so that it gives this constant impression of a lowering pitch. It's like an optical illusion, but an audio illusion. But yeah. So I'm not sure. I've never been sure exactly what the tree itself is meant to represent. Although it could be sound waves overlapping, right? Which is, of course, what the shepherd's tone is multiple, like, sine waves overlapping. Anyway, so finding your way through this maze is always a bit tricky. You have to even know that there's something you're looking for, and the little exit there is sort of obfuscated because it's like right next to this bit that you came in. It looks like it would just go back where you went, and you've probably been distracted by this thing. So a lot of people will notice the box from the other side, like the other side of this door. And actually, I think there's a way to snipe it through the door, which is a little bit interesting, but not entirely necessary, obviously. But yeah, I think there is a way. I don't know where it is or if it's just through the door, but you can snipe the thing. But that's one way to know that you got to get in here versus just... Well, because like I said, it might be hard to even know that there's something through the maze if you haven't seen this. In any case, we finished the area. That's that. There's some chopped up bamboo here. Somebody's hacked out this little section here. We've got our very secluded bit of bamboo forest here. My laser is beginning to point at the mountain. I'm just trying to kind of see if there's anything I notice about this room particularly. I guess not. I'm seeing vertical tearing on OBS, so if there's vertical tearing in the video, I have no idea what to say about that other than Windows is terrible. But hopefully it's fine. In any case, hopefully you can put up with it. And, yeah, let's get somewhere that doesn't have waterfall sound. Somewhere a little quiet so we can contemplate. So, yeah, so that does it for this video, and this combined with that other video covering the town color puzzle constitutes this month's witness analysis videos. And next month, I think we're going to do all of the remaining vault puzzles. If I haven't done some, I don't know, I think we'll cover those. And that will be a little bit more edited because I'll probably stitch together, well, I don't know if I'll stitch them together. We'll see. In any case, expect that next month. Yeah. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you should know that this video was supported by my donating subscribers on my OnlyFans. I call it the Sexy Hikers Club, which is sort of a reference to a somewhat obscure video game, but you may know what it is. And it's also a little bit of a play off the fact that OnlyFans sort of has a reputation. But in any case, if you like to support this, then I'd recommend checking out the link in the description to go over there and support that. And you also get access to these videos a month early. Also, you get video game feet pics, which are not exactly sexy, but are a little bit funny. And do involve, you do use your feet to hike. So anyway, until next time, I will see you all around. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, everyone.